We'll be keeping an eye on the Authority radar again this morning with some showers possible. We'll show you when and where coming up.
Hey there, good morning. I'm Patty Santos. This morning on GMSA, we are getting you ready for your road trip. If you're going anywhere around Texas, you're going to want to know about this one app. We're going to tell you about it coming up.
It seems to be a very disturbing trend that we're seeing.
Teenagers trading guns used in crimes are making it harder for police to catch violent offenders. Today on GMSA, we get a closer look at how investigators are working to break that cycle and find justice for victims.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And a good Friday morning to everyone out there as we start our 6 o'clock hour. I'm RJ Marquez.
And I am Daphne Gray, and things are still a little bit busy in the weather world. Weather Authority meteorologist Justin Horn, take it away.
Yeah, it was good to see a busy radar yesterday because it has been a while. The rain was good in spots, and we've got some more chances down the line with a couple more fronts to talk about, too. So let's get right to the headlines. And today, a few showers along a weak frontal boundary. That front is still out to our north. It'll slowly seep through today. We think that it'll reach San Antonio somewhere around 2 o'clock or so. And it's right at that point where our rain chances maybe come up some. Over the weekend, a little bit cooler, some spotty rain, but I'll tell you this, I wouldn't worry too much about the rainfall over the weekend. Your plans should be okay. We're talking 20 to 30% chance of rain. But it will pick back up on Monday with our next front. And then we get a front after that, which means much cooler weather by Thanksgiving. I think we can deal with that. It's looking pretty good. Forecast for today, 73 at 10 o'clock. We'll leave in a 30% chance of some light showers this morning, and then maybe a shower or storm around 2 o'clock, as I mentioned, when that front slides through. And then by the late afternoon and evening hours, we should get a chance to clear out some. High temperatures will still be warm, 79 on your Friday, so you can still probably leave the jacket at home today. And that Thanksgiving sneak peek, here's what we're thinking as of right now. High temperatures in the 60s, lows in the 40s. That's pretty good. Again, we'll take another look at the extended 8-day forecast for you. Plus, we'll have an update on the Authority radar, show you where the rain is at this hour. RJ.
All right, thank you very much, Justin. Taking a look at your traffic authority and our inbound drive times, things are looking pretty good across the city of San Antonio. We're about to step outside. 20 minutes coming in on the far west side, Castroville, 25 minutes, Bernie, 31 minutes coming up Old Corpus Christi Highway, 181, and 26 minutes in New Braunfels. So no major construction to let you know about right now on the northeast side of town. So that's good news for our drivers out there. I want to take you to our TransGuide traffic cameras because we do have an accident being reported downtown area. This is going to be all of our traffic going 35 northbound, the upper levels of 35 right here at Brooklyn. So this is going to be around the St. Mary's area, the Main Avenue area, and that's where I'm going to take you next and show you a map exactly what we're looking at. The backup we're seeing already at Main Avenue. So this is going to be, again, traffic. We have a crash here, 35 north at Brooklyn. Traffic already starting to build, 35 headed towards Martin. This also includes some of the construction we're seeing in the downtown area as well. So this is going to be our biggest traffic trouble spot right now. Give yourself about 15, 20 extra minutes to make it through the downtown area right now. But we are also looking ahead to maybe some of your Turkey Day travel. So let's go right now to Patty Santos, our reporter. She's with our photojournalist Alex Gomez in Drive Can to break it all down for us. Good morning, Patty.
Hey there, good morning. So in the last hour, we told you how much you might be paying for a toll if you're heading out of town. We also told you what the busiest times are for travel. Now let's talk about some of the tools that can help you get your destination without a lot of traffic, and it's all right here on your phone. This is kind of cool. Did you know that Google Maps has a feature? I didn't even know about this. I use it all the time, but I didn't know about this specific feature, and it might help you too. You can put in your route. For example, we put in a trip from KSAT to Austin, leaving around 10 a.m. on Wednesday, and remember, that's one of the busiest travel days, and it says it's going to take us between an hour and 30 to under 2 hours. The map is also going to tell you how long it'll take, but also estimating traffic trends, so maybe some closures on that day. You can use this to decide what time to leave, because we also checked between 3 to 6 p.m. that same day, and the travel time increased to 2 hours and 20 minutes. TxDOT also has a statewide traffic map that will give you a real-time look at traffic, backups, and it even has cameras. So hopefully you're going to have a co-pilot with you driving that more than maybe they can look at some of the other maps around and help you get around some of that traffic wherever you are heading. But of course, you can stay with us all morning long. We're going to share some more tips. We'll send it back to you.
6:03 right now, a new challenge for investigators tracking down violent offenders. The Bexar County Sheriff says that the teens are passing around guns used in crimes, making it harder to trace who pulled the trigger. Sheriff Javier Salazar says that that's what they're seeing in the ongoing investigation into the shooting death of 17-year-old Eliana Ujeta. She was killed at a party in late September. Detectives have identified 18-year-old Deshaun Suggs, who you see right there on your screen, as the suspect. He's still not in custody, though.
What we're seeing is that many times these kids are utilizing these guns, trading them off for another gun that may have been used in something else.
Investigators say that they've already recovered 10 guns while working this case and seeing the same pattern in other shootings, including the 2024 murder of 17-year-old Layden Reyes. The sheriff says that they're tracking where these weapons are now moving, and he's calling on the community to help them stop the gun swap cycle before it fuels another crime.
There's new information this morning in that deadly rollover crash that we've been tracking on the south side of town. Police are now reviewing the search timeline and asking anyone who drove eastbound on Loop 1604 near Highway 16 just before 6 a.m. on Monday and may have seen something to come forward. Jolie Piscina was discovered Tuesday evening inside her car in Leon Creek under Loop 410 near Highway 16. San Antonio police now say that they searched for less than 30 minutes after that 21-year-old woman's phone sent a crash alert before she was found on the next day. You may have missed this earlier on GMSA at 5 o'clock in the morning. We shared a direct response from San Antonio police about their search efforts. Investigators believe that she lost control around 6 a.m. Monday, but her phone pinged about a mile away, making that initial search more difficult. Her family later located the car and it was flipped over in a ditch. Vecina leaves behind a 2-year-old daughter.
San Antonio police are now working to piece together what led up to the kidnapping that ended with a SWAT rescue on the northwest side and the woman kidnapped arrested as well. Police said that she had been kidnapped by a former romantic partner, 35-year-old Jofi Garcia, who you see right there. And here's what we know is that the officers tracked a 27-year-old Destiny Ferdinand to a motel near I-10 and Wurzbach. The same case that triggered a clear alert earlier this week. Investigators say that she was taken from an apartment complex near downtown. But detectives followed leads to the motel, and when SWAT moved in, they found her safe inside of a room and arrested Garcia. However, SAPD says that Ferdinand was also arrested and taken into custody for outstanding warrants.
Well, a traffic stop in Bexar County is now opening up a much bigger drug investigation. Let's break down some of the details. Texas anti-gang troopers say that they pulled over a driver for a simple violation, and during that stop, he admitted that he had some kind of drugs in the car. Well, a canine named Ado alerted troopers to more than 400 grams of meth hidden inside that vehicle. We are waiting to hear back from investigators on where that meth may have been headed and whether more people are connected to this operation. And I want you to take a look at this man right here. His name is Roger Artiaga Gonzalez, and he's getting 60 years in prison after being convicted of stabbing and beating his girlfriend, then leaving her wrapped in a plastic bag on the side of the road. Now, someone passing through that area called 911, likely saving her life, though. But we found out that Gonzalez was wearing an ankle monitor at the time of this crime, and officials now say that they're reviewing policies to prevent something like this from happening again.
President Donald Trump sharply criticizing 6 Democratic lawmakers, all veterans of the military or intelligence community, after they released a 90-second video saying that U.S. service members should refuse illegal orders. And the lawmakers argue the administration is putting institutions at odds with the American people and the Constitution. In a series of posts, the president called the group traitors and said that they should face trial, comments that quickly drew backlash from Democrats and some Republicans who described the rhetoric as dangerous. No formal action has been taken, though, in response to the video or the president's comments. We're getting a first look at what happened moments before the deadly UPS cargo plane crashed in Kentucky. You remember we were talking about it. Federal investigators just released the dramatic photo showing an engine breaking away from the left wing. You can actually see it lifting up and then over the aircraft as flames spread across the wing. NTSB says the data shows the MD-11 barely got 30 feet off the ground before it went down and sadly killed 14 people on board. Early findings point to cracks in the engine mount, but investigators say that this is just a preliminary report. A full investigation could take months. Recall alert for Hyundai drivers. The company recalling over 85,000 Sonata cars because of a possible fuel tank leak that could cause the tank to melt. The recall affects models from 2020 to 2023. And the company says 7 owners have reported those fuel leaks, but there have been no crashes or injuries.
Outside with ICAM, 609, 73 degrees. We have a few showers out and about this morning. We'll show you the authority radar coming up. And the games tonight, some big playoff games. Livonia versus Somerset. Should be pretty good weather for that. 60s and 70s. Maybe a small chance of a shower. Your weekend forecast is straight ahead.
Well, what in the world is going on here? Check this out. Someone going for a swim along the San Antonio Riverwalk. Well, she was actually looking for her phone. Coming up, we're going to tell you if she found her phone and what else she found coming up next.
And inspectors found egg rolls not cold enough in a cooler. A potential health hazard coming up. KSAT investigates team hits a popular Broadway spot to see how it's doing on his latest health inspection.
Plus, legendary host and musician John Tesh sharing his 10-year battle with cancer. Coming up, he's opening up about the moments that he thought he may not survive and who helped him fight back.
6:13 now. There are easier ways to go viral, but if you're looking at your screen right now, a visitor to the Riverwalk took the scenic route straight into the river, dropped her phone, decided, why not, and actually just went full treasure hunter, wading around barefoot for nearly 8 minutes. She only got back 2 rocks, 1 brick, and no phone, though. Her adventure did make it to TikTok, racking up more than 1 million views already. But this is just a quick reminder for everybody out there. We all know that the Riverwalk is very beautiful from the outside, but not exactly a spa. San Antonio River Authority says the bacteria levels, especially E. coli, are pretty high down there. So if you do lose your phone, you need to skip the dip, call your carrier instead, and just accept the L.
Pretty much, yes. I don't even want to know what's at the bottom of the river right there. Well, speaking of some health alerts here, this is a Broadway staple known for its egg rolls, but last month a Metro Health inspector cited it for not cooling them enough.
Yeah, they also found an infestation in a pot and rodent droppings. Our very own Daniela Ibarra, KSAT Investigates, stopped by this week where employees took her behind the kitchen door.
Our first stop on this week's Behind the Kitchen Door is Vietnam Restaurant here on Broadway. It earned a 76 when Metro Health inspectors stopped by. So we went inside to talk with the restaurant about how they clean things up.
Hi, I'm Danielle Ibarra with KSAT's Behind the Kitchen Door. We just have a couple of questions about the food inspection report from last month.
We wanted to know about the 10 demerits found inside. Among the issues are cross-contamination concerns and cleanliness.
Have you had pest control come out here?
Yeah.
I know you said you've cleaned everything up. Do you mind showing us what you've cleaned up?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, can you show us?
Yeah.
He took us into the kitchen, where inspectors found rodent droppings.
One of the other issues that they mentioned was the rice being kept in an unsecure pot with black bugs. Can you show us what the rice looks like right now?
Yeah, right now, I don't know it right now, and everything that you're looking and good, you see.
Inspectors say egg rolls, which we saw sitting above a fryer, did not have dates and were not being kept cold enough in a cooler. And the health score posted near the door is years old.
The health department requires you to post the new inspection report.
Over near I-35 in New Braunfels is a Sonic with 9 violations. Inspectors gave it an 87 after finding a live roach near the sink. Condensation contaminated M&Ms, which were then thrown away. The health department ordered Sonic and Vietnam Restaurant to be re-inspected this month.
Is your food safe to eat?
Yeah, some eat, everything you ask and customer.
That's what's behind the kitchen door. I'm Daniela Ibarra.
And Metro Health says the inspectors revisited both restaurants this week. Vietnam Restaurant took care of all of its violations, but Sonic hasn't. Inspectors plan to return at some point next month.
Well, in case you missed it, the Spurs are hitting the road after another big win last night at the Frostbank Center. This one coming against the Atlanta Hawks, and it came from an unlikely hero, this guy right here. All the talk this morning will be about undrafted rookie guard David Jones-Garcia. He scored a season-high 12 points with 6 assists. Now, Jones-Garcia was with the Spurs G League team in Austin just a few days ago, but was called up, and he lifted the team to an 11-4 record. Spurs get the dub here, 135-126. Now, the Spurs will hit the road for the next 4 games, starting at Phoenix on Sunday night. Okay, There's a quick look there at that time, 7 p.m. again, taking place out there in Phoenix, Arizona. Well, this is pretty cool right here. It's officially official. The prestigious Warriors games will be coming to San Antonio for the first time ever in 2026. The week-long competition will primarily take place at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center next June and will attract hundreds of adaptive military athletes. Earlier this morning on Good Morning San Antonio at 5 o'clock, you missed a really awesome story about how they will compete in 12 sports across 8 days, representing all branches of the U.S. Armed Forces. We even heard from a 6-time Warrior Games gold medalist. More than 300 athletes from around the country are expected to compete beginning June 13th. The events will be free of charge for the public to attend.
Let's go. Love seeing stuff like that in our community.
Absolutely, yes. And I'm really excited about that Warrior Games. Check out that story with Ernie, who did that story on KSAT.com.
All right, roadways, how are we?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get you out to the roads right now because a couple of different things that we're tracking at the moment as we give you a look here at our inbound drive times. Again, a lot of green on our screen there, so no major issues for many of our folks making their way through parts of San Antonio. We're looking at about 20 minutes coming in 281 South, that's Bulverde, 24 minutes coming in on the far south side of town for all of our folks out there in Pleasanton. And good news here, we have actually cleared out this incident. This is going to be 35 over by Brooklyn, the upper levels of 35, where we did have a crash that was reported earlier this Friday morning. One more quick check at our maps right there. Traffic moving along North Main Avenue, north of the downtown San Antonio area. And one more quick check at our citywide map. Again, things looking pretty good. We are also clearing out incidents over by 10 at 410. This is going to be over by Foster Road, but traffic, especially on the far west side, not too bad to start your Friday morning. Speaking of the weekend and getting things going, let's check in with our Weather Authority meteorologist Justin Horn for a check of today's forecast.
Thank you, sir. We'll start with the Authority radar because we do have some activity in and around San Antonio. Nothing too heavy or widespread, but we are seeing some activity, especially up there around the Stone Oak area. Starting to see a little shower pop up here. It's going to move along pretty quickly. Probably won't put down a ton of rain, but this is moving off to the north and east, could move into Timberwood Park. This is the kind of activity we'll see over the next couple of hours, just some of these light spotty showers. And we've seen some of that off to the east as well, around Howardsville, Stockdale. Again, nothing very heavy, but I am watching what's going on up here because this is where our frontal boundary is. It's going to be sliding through today, and we have a little more coverage in that area. So as the day wears on, we should see rain chances come up at least a little bit. If you're heading out to the bus stop right now, cloudy, temperatures in the 70s. It's muggy out there. It just does not feel like November. 79 this afternoon, so still warm, but there is a chance for a shower or storm when you get out of school today around 2, 3 o'clock, and you can see that here on the Futurecast. This is 8 a.m. shows some activity in the hill country. Again, this front will be kind of slow to move through, but midday to around, say, 2 o'clock, we could see a shower or storm along that boundary before everything else would move off to the south and east. Now, this model does bring back a few showers tonight, but I will tell you over the weekend, looks like we'll see generally quiet conditions other than a few spotty showers on Saturday and Sunday. For rain chances today, just a 30% chance through midday, 40% chance, I'd say 1, 2 o'clock. And as we look at high temperatures today, they'll be in the upper 70s to near 80 here in San Antonio. As far as the weekend is concerned, 75 Saturday, 68 Sunday. Saturday, just a 20% chance. Sunday, we'll bump that up to a 30% chance. But as I was saying, it shouldn't be a big issue over the weekend. A little better shot Monday as another front comes through. And then we get another front after that, which will really cool down temperatures for Thanksgiving. Right now, high of 64 on Thanksgiving Day after a morning low of 45.
Thank you, Justin.
All right, so we're looking at 621 right now, and as Justin just mentioned, right now 73 degrees on this Friday morning.
Up next, we got a legendary host and musician, John Tesh, is speaking out about his fight with cancer.
In this morning's GMA First Look, John Tesh opening up about his cancer journey.
I'm incredibly grateful because it has been literally a 10-and-a-half-year journey when I was first diagnosed in 2015.
Tesh, who co-hosted Entertainment Tonight for a decade.
And I'm John Tesh, and the eyes of the nation are on Union, South Carolina tonight.
Before launching a global music career, was first diagnosed with prostate cancer in 2015. This morning, he's crediting his wife with helping save his life.
The prognosis at the time was about 18 months left to live?
That's what they said. I just was like, okay, this is over. And so there were some tears. It's like getting a brick in the face. And my wife, who is an Italian girl from the faith-filled Italian girl from the Bronx, just rose up and she said, this is not us.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more with John Tesh. With your GMA First Look, I'm Trevor Alt, ABC News, Los Angeles.
All right, your Just Ask Justin question this morning is actually viewer submitted. Susan submitted this question. How many NBA teams don't end with an S? This is an interesting one. 3, 4, 5, or 6. You can vote. KSAT.com/poll. Scan the QR code. The answer in just 30 minutes.
You guys remember those real IDs I annoyed you about this summer? Well, get this, if you didn't get it done by deadline, you may be hit with a fee the next time you go through airport security. We're talking about all the things our holiday travelers need to know before your vacations take off. And speaking of airports, it pays to have perfect attendance, because if you are one of over 700 air traffic controllers and technicians who didn't play hooky during the government shutdown, you're going to go from getting no paycheck to getting that and $10,000 more. When President Donald Trump plans to give that honor at 6:30.
Not one, not two, but 3 fronts headed our way. We'll tell you what that means to you coming up.
Hey there, I'm Patty Santos. This morning on GMSA, we are getting you ready for any road trip you are taking around the Thanksgiving holiday. We're going to talk about how much you're going to pay for tolls, the best roads, and the best times to take those roads.
Are you worried about your wallet this holiday season? Well, good news. The price of your Thanksgiving feast is finally coming down. They will tell you about some of the prices that are actually cheaper than last year and what you might need to splurge on.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
6:30 right now on your Friday morning. Happy Friday. Can't wait to get into that travel forecast and also figure out what our weather or travel authority conditions are looking like. But first, let's get to our weather authority. Meteorologist Justin Horn, you've been talking about a little bit of rain in the forecast still?
Yeah, I mentioned 3 fronts, right, in the forecast, and then I got 4 letters for you, TGIF. Amen.
Amen.
We are here, and we do have some rain in the forecast, yes, this afternoon, and that's going to come with our first front. Let's look at the authority radar right now, and there's not a lot there, but we are detecting some showers up across northern Bexar County, and those are quickly lifting off to the north and east. I don't think these are going to have a big impact on your morning commute, but yes, you may be forced to use the windshield wipers from time to time this morning if you're going to be traveling here over the next hour or so. You'll notice through much of the city, though, there's just not a lot. As we zoom out, you'll find there are some showers off to our east, Victoria to Howitzville. And then this activity here, now that's along that frontal boundary that I spoke of, and it will slowly seep south throughout the morning and into the afternoon. So with that in mind, we've raised rain chances just a little bit around the 2 o'clock hour because that's when that front probably moves through San Antonio. Before that, just isolated showers. And temperatures will still be warm. If you're stepping outside right now, do know it is warm, it's humid, it still does not feel like November, but it will. Here's the Thanksgiving sneak peek. We're excited about a stronger cold front. This is the 3rd of those 3 fronts. This brings cooler air for Thanksgiving. We're expecting highs in the 60s, lows in the 40s. We've also got to get to your weekend. I'm going to break that down for you coming up in just a couple minutes.
Thank you very much, Justin. Our top story this half hour. New video today revealing a better view of federal agents raiding a Northside nightclub. Take a look at that right there. Detaining more than 150 people who the Department of Homeland Security said were in the country illegally. So far, DHS says that 27 of those arrested last weekend are connected to the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. Authorities have only confirmed the identities of 7 individuals. 5 of them are gang members. Investigators say lawful business owners have also been caught in this crossfire.
We were 7 businesses that were there in the food park. There were 3 food trucks, a car dealership, and some mechanics.
Now, within days of that raid, some had to move the location of their food trucks for what they say is the safety of their customers. DHS says that they're continuing to sort through the cases to determine who is being charged and what comes next.
And a man is now behind bars after San Antonio police say that he made threats against a protest. Authorities say the 48-year-old George Hernandez posted threatening comments on a Facebook post by the Bexar County Democratic Party. Multiple people reported Hernandez's comments, leading to his arrest on charges of making a terroristic threat. The original post called for an emergency rally at the site of a recent federal law enforcement raid where more than 150 immigrants were detained. Police say that they are monitoring the situation to prevent further risks.
Well, today we're following up with police on the search for a suspect that shot a woman in the face. Police believe that it was a drive-by shooting. It happened just after noon near West Russell Place and Agadir Avenue. Officers say that someone in a brown SUV opened fire at that home with two people inside, hitting that woman in the face. The woman was able to talk with police, though, after the shooting and is expected to survive. As for the shooter, we're checking into with SAPD about what they may have seen or caught, and so far there's no word on a motive.
The Medina County Sheriff's Office is moving to block the release of body cam footage from a deadly November 8th shooting involving food influencer Michael Anthony. And we checked with investigators, and they say that the case is still active and more details could come later. What we know is that the authorities say that he charged at officers during a mental health call, shouting, "I'm going to kill you." A deputy fired, hitting him twice, and he later died at a San Antonio hospital. The sheriff's office says the KSAT, they're worried releasing the video could jeopardize the Texas Rangers' investigation and expose the deputy's personal information.
Protecting our local senior citizens is getting a little bit more important nowadays. So now we told you earlier about the county's new Center for Elder Exploitation. And now District 9 Councilwoman Misty Spears is talking about the city's new Elder Abuse Subcommittee. Her passion comes from personal experience with her mother-in-law. We showed you her response exclusively in our 5 a.m. hour on Good Morning San Antonio. So be sure to tune in early for that extra content. Right now on KSAT.com, you can hear how this subcommittee plans to educate the community and even work with the county to make sure that seniors do not fall through the cracks.
Now, if you plan to fly during Thanksgiving or Christmas break, don't have a real ID just yet, you might have to pay a fee to get through airport security. The TSA proposed charging an $18 fee for travelers without a real ID. Instead of showing a real ID, though, you could pay this fee and use a new biometric kiosk to verify who you are. This will let you get through TSA checkpoints for up to 10 days. TSA says that the fee will help cover the cost of the new tech that makes this possible. And just so you know, the fee won't be refundable. At this point, there's no word on when this new rule might start, but if you want information on how to get that real ID, I did a story back in the summer on KSAT.com to search real ID, and I'll take you through the steps on how to get that done. Hundreds of U.S. airport workers are getting a pay boost after the government shutdown. This morning, we know when they're getting paid. Just over 700 air traffic controllers and technicians will each receive $10,000 reward. The U.S. Department of Transportation says that the money goes to employees who had perfect attendance throughout the shutdown. This recognition comes after President Donald Trump directed that air traffic workers be honored. Recipients will be notified during Thanksgiving week, with payments expected by December the 9th.
6:36, time to check in on your traffic right now with our inbound drive times, and we're looking at the Castroville area, 27 minutes coming in from 90 from the far west side of town, 20 minutes now coming in on 281, but I just saw our TransGuide traffic feed, our camera feed. It looks like we do have a crash over by 281 and Stone Oak Parkway, so I will continue to follow the very latest there and gather more information as we make your way through your Friday morning. Real quick check of the other spots here on 281 over by the Quarry, Jones-Maltzberger Road. It looks like traffic is moving along after a reported stalled vehicle earlier this morning, so no major issues for our drivers headed through Bassey Road and obviously Olmos Park. All right, this has been a bit of a trouble spot for us. 10 East at Presa Street. Earlier we had a crash that had shut down the exit from 10 East over to 37. This looks like this is a different incident right now for all of our drivers making their way south of downtown, south of Brack High School, obviously the Southtown area and the King William area. We're looking at about a 10 to 15 minute delay. Traffic is still moving through that part of 10 at Presa Street. I will continue to track this, also giving an update on the Stone Oak crash and the northwest side coming up in just a little bit. But for right now, we're talking about your Turkey Day travel. So let's go to our Patty Santos for the very latest on when it comes to your travel day forecast. Patty?
Hey there, good Good morning. So if you are leaving on your road trip for Thanksgiving this weekend, then you're in luck. You're going to avoid all the traffic hassles that we're expecting for next week. TxDOT says the busiest day to travel is going to be on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, and then the weekend after the holidays on Saturday and Sunday. The lightest traffic is going to be on actual Thanksgiving Day. So if you're going to be going out of town, keep this in mind. The top 3 most congested highways in the state, according to TxDOT, are in Houston, Dallas, and Austin. In Houston, that's from West Loop Freeway or I-610 from I-10 in Katy to Highway 59. In Dallas, it's along the Woodall-Rogers Freeway or SS-366 from US 75 to North Beckley Avenue. And in Houston, it's on I-35 from US 290 to State Highway 71. And remember, you can use that feature on Google Maps that we told you about to figure out what the best time to leave is on your road trip and avoid any traffic. You can also consider using tolls to get around all that traffic, especially around Austin, right? Remember, it's going to cost you a little money, but it might save you some time. And really, the best thing that you can do is leave very early on Wednesday morning. If that's when you're traveling, then you're going to avoid most of the traffic during the day. Reporting live this morning, I'm Patty Santos. We'll send it back to you.
With live cam, it is 6:39, 73 degrees, cloudy skies here in San Antonio as we look out over the airport. About 1/4 of an inch of rain there yesterday. Could we see more today? Your forecast after the break.
Crash over on the far north side of town, 281 Stone Oak Parkway. We're going to give you a couple different angles of this incident and also update you on our traffic on the northwest side of town, and not forgetting about our northeast side drivers as well.
And if you're worried about Thanksgiving costs this year, we got some good news for you. The prices of turkeys and sides are dropping. You can stay with us to find out how you can save on your holiday meal.
Well, some good news for people watching their budget this holiday season. Prices for some Thanksgiving menu items are getting lower.
We're talking to people a little bit about Thanksgiving this year, and are you spending less this year or more? What do you think?
I would say I'm spending a little less this year. I'm just not buying or overspending. I'm just cutting down.
This Thanksgiving, everyone is worried about their spending, but affordable prices are back on the menu. The Wells Fargo Agri-Food Institute Thanksgiving Food Report shows that many of the holiday's popular dishes are slightly down in cost compared to last year.
Most retailers are not surprised by Thanksgiving arriving. They have prepared many months in advance. They're working with their suppliers, and they're negotiating pricing for the benefit of the consumer.
Starting with the star of the show, the turkey.
Turkey price is a little bit price neutral. They've gone down a bit. We actually see the national brands down about 3.7% year over year.
As for your sides, stuffing, gravy mix, and fresh cranberries all dropped between 3 and 4%. Private brand dinner rolls saw the biggest savings this year with a 22% price decrease. But when it comes to your veggies,
big spikes in some of the potatoes. So russet potatoes, sweet potatoes, we do see some price increases there. That's one of the areas where we are seeing some price increases. Fresh vegetables as well. So again, if you want to incorporate frozen vegetables rather than fresh, or just kind of pick and choose based on what sort of deals you see at your grocery store.
Hopefully you aren't too full for dessert. National brand pumpkin pies are down 3%.
Where I do see an increase in costs is with the whipped cream to go with the pumpkin pie. And that is right in line with what we're seeing with dairy prices right now.
And as Robin said, stores have been preparing for this. That's why many of them have meal deals with special pricing. So Walmart, Target, Amazon, Sam's Club, and Costco all have these deals. Walmart has a $40 meal that feeds 10 people. So this is the lowest price per person. Target has a $20 Thanksgiving meal for 4 people, and this is the lowest upfront cost. And Amazon has a $25 meal that feeds 5. Sam's Club's deal is under $100 and serves 10 people. Costco is offering a pre-made dinner for about $200 that serves 8 people. Now, all of these include a turkey and several sides. We're going to have the full list of what each meal includes on our website, KSAT.com, as well as how to order.
All right, 6:45. Let's give you an update on your traffic because gathering a little bit more information right here. This is going to be 281 Stone Oak Parkway, and this actually is not on the main lanes of 281. So both directions of 281, north and south, are still moving along. This is going to be off to one of the access roads. It was still an area that obviously a lot of folks use, especially if they're making their way through parts of the far north side of town. Reagan High School is literally right down the road. Obviously, Stone Oak Parkway, Sonterra, as you head over to Blanco Road as well. So we'll continue to get you updated on the situation there. Looks like we do have a couple of SAFD fire units on the scene at the moment, and I'm checking with some of the active calls page to see if we gather some more info. I will bring that to you either on air or online. Let's give you an update on the far northwest side of town. Traffic slowly going through parts of Bandera Road, but no major causes for concern right here past Braun Road, also New Gilbo and Shanefield. Traffic slowly moving along there, about 45 miles per hour. And a quick check of the northeast side of town where things have been relatively quiet. So we will keep our fingers crossed out here for our drivers on the northeast side. We know you got to deal with a lot of construction activity on most mornings as you make your way to or from school. And taking a look there at 35-1604, traffic is moving along. No major construction delays or issues out there. Jeff?
Well, we got the annual San Antonio Auto Show kicking off today, and this week on Pickup Lines, our KSAT anchor Ernie Zuniga is sitting down with Pam Crail. She is the president of San Antonio Auto Dealers Association. Pam was born in Kansas but came to San Antonio when she was 8 years old, eventually settled in Schertz. And before that, the Clemens High School grad spent a number of years working at the state capitol in Austin for various senators and committees in the Texas Senate.
You're working 17-hour days and you're just blindered, right? That's all you know. You're outside, in your zone. Your outside life doesn't exist. Yeah. And through all of the committee hearings and hearing from all of the different people from interest groups who were trying to get bills passed.
This episode, Pam also discusses the important role that she had and the work that she does on behalf of many of the well-known auto dealers that you see on those local TV commercials every day. Latest episode of Pickup Lines premieres at 5:30 and replays at 7:30 this evening on the free KSAT Plus app, or you can watch it now at KSAT.com. All you have to do is search Pickup Lines.
And we just talked about the auto car show here. So car enthusiasts, you definitely don't want to miss out on the annual car show happening today through this weekend at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center downtown. This is a 3-day event that features fan favorites, new models, and unique vehicles from some of the top manufacturers across the country and around the world, really. There will also be activities for the kiddos, like a safe ride along. And earlier this morning on GMSA at 5 o'clock, we also told you about a cool winter carnival happening this weekend as well. Be sure to tune in earlier on Good Morning San Antonio to get this information that you will only find in that part of our morning show.
Thank you, RJ. All right, let me show you a picture here on our KSAT Connect. We did get some rain yesterday. This was on the north side. The airport picked up about 1/4 inch of rain some places in northern Bexar County. North of 1/2 inch. New Braunfels about 1.5 inches actually, so some good numbers there. It was depending on where you were. If you were in southern San Antonio, unfortunately, just did not materialize. But we still do have some rain chances in our forecast today. A few showers, maybe a storm along a weak frontal boundary, and the best odds for that are going to be early afternoon. Over the weekend, spotty rain, but really rain chances are on the low end. We're talking 20 to 30%. It will be a little bit cooler, not cold, but just a little cooler than what we've been seeing. But it will be much cooler by Thanksgiving. We have a series of fronts, and the third of those 3 fronts will bring us a nice change for the holiday. As we look at the authority radar this morning, there is not much to look at the moment. We showed you some showers earlier that moved through northern Bexar County, but as quick as they formed, they dissipated right there. Some quick downpours for the Camp Bullis area. Further north, as we discussed, there are some showers and storms along the frontal boundary. You got to go up to the Junction area, which, by the way, there is still a flash flood warning for those folks. They got a lot of heavy rain yesterday, but right along this boundary, we're still seeing some showers and storms, and this is the kind of lift that will move a little bit closer again by early afternoon. So let me walk you through the futurecast here. This is 8 a.m. Shows some activity in the hill country. Then as that front moves a little bit closer to San Antonio, by say noontime, our rain chances may start to come up just a hair. Even then, we're still talking about isolated to widely scattered. This is not going to be for everyone today. Once the front moves through, some slightly drier air works in. Now, I still think we could get a few showers maybe tonight, but they would be really light. And most of Saturday, again, if we see anything, it's going to be just sort of a sprinkly shower because we'll be in drier air. And then rain chances will come up slightly on Sunday and pick back up again Monday with another front. So hour by hour, we'll call for a 30% chance of rain over the next several hours. Temperatures will be in the 70s, so warm. 78 at 2 o'clock, 40% chance of rain, and then we'll go partly cloudy late afternoon once that front passes by. Extended forecast, 20% chance Saturday, 30% chance Sunday, and a 40% chance Monday with the second front. And then the stronger front Wednesday brings the much cooler air by Thanksgiving with lows in the 40s Thursday and Friday. All right, our Just Ask Justin question this morning. Susan wanted to know, how many NBA teams don't end with an S? Is it 3, 4, 5, or 6? 3 just suddenly took the lead. What do you guys think?
Oh, well, I know the answer. Do you want to guess?
3.
3. You're going with 3. I'm going to go with 4.
I'll go. I said 4. I said,
yes.
I'm going
She meant 4.
You should have stuck with what you said, Jeff.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It is 4, actually. RJ, right for once. No, I'm kidding.
It had to be a sports question.
Well,
Make them name
sports
so
trivia.
Miami Heat, Orlando Magic, OKC Thunder, and Utah Jazz.
All right. Thank you, Justin. 6:52 right now, 73 degrees outside.
All right, coming up on GMSA Plus, a visitor to the Riverwalk downtown was determined to just find her phone no matter what it took. What she found instead and the concerns that authorities have over this viral video and her dip into the Riverwalk. Coming up next.
Back. Let's go out live to New Braunfels. Look at that. It's actually pretty nice sunrise. Seeing some breaks here, but notice the ground is wet. We've seen some showers around New Braunfels this morning, and there could be a few more showers today. We're expecting about a 30% chance through the morning hours, and then early afternoon we bump it up just a little bit as a weak frontal boundary works through. Could see a couple showers, maybe a thunderstorm. Still warm today though, 79. A little cooler over the weekend, some small rain chances, more clouds on Sunday, and another decent chance of rain on Monday before some cooler weather heads our way over Thanksgiving. RJ.
All right, thank you very much, Justin. Clearing things out on the far north side of town where we had a crash, 281 Stone Oak Parkway. This is going to be on the Access Road. We're going to check in things on the northwest side, northeast side coming up as well. Also checking in with Patty Santos on some Thanksgiving travel forecasts coming up in just a little bit on GMSA Plus. Stay with us.